Today on Eagle Nation News, Grant Johnson is in studio to discuss the controversy about Ellen DeGeneres' relationship with George Bush.
Kashada Kama highlights a growing concern here at PHS. How can it be solved to prevent future problems?
And finally, Maggie Hale will be in studio to talk about the Washington Nationals winning last night and Prosper Swim.
Eagle Nation News starts
right now. Good afternoon, Eagle Nation. Today is Thursday, October 10th. I'm Jordan Ramsey.
And I'm Madison Wells.
To start off today's show, Grant Johnson is here in studio with news on the newest celebrity who paid a visit to America's team in today's Talent Talk, sponsored by Corbridge Orthodontics.
Jay-Z, Keith Urban, President Bush, and Buzz Aldrin are among the hundreds of VIP guests that have visited the Cowboys sideline over the past 20 years. Two new names have been added to the list following Sunday's game against the Green Bay Packers at AT&T Stadium. Those two names are Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi. During the game, Ellen sat in the Cowboys suite next to none other than George Bush. Ellen received criticism after a clip of her joking around with the former president aired during the game. On her talk show, Ellen addressed the hate she had received and said that she has many friends with different beliefs as her, and it is okay because everyone is different. Be sure to head over to our Twitter at Eagle Nation News and let us know who else you think should pay a visit to America's team. That's all I have for this Talent Talk. Back to you guys at the desk.
Winter is coming and the animals are preparing. Just 2 days ago, Chris Persick experienced some mysterious car troubles when he noticed the visible shaking and smoking of his car. After taking a closer look under the hood, he found grass and over 200 walnuts packed in by the resident squirrels of his building. The cleanout took over an hour, but luckily Persick's car received no permanent damage.
It's been more than 2 years since Toys R Us shut down its stores after filing for bankruptcy, to the dismay of many around the country. This holiday season, however, Toys R Us is back in the new form of ToysRUs.com, as True Kids Brands has partnered with Target to put up the website. That's not all, as Toys R Us will be opening two smaller stores, with one being in New Jersey and the other being right here in Texas, in Houston's very own Galleria Mall. The company says that almost a dozen stores will be open across the country by the end of 2020, and that over 600 Kroger stores will have a section called Jeffrey's Toy Box.
This past Tuesday, everyone's favorite ice cream company, Bluebell, has yet again recalled one of their products. The corporation announced that the half-gallon Butter Crunch flavored ice cream may contain remnants of a foreign object. A recent investigation took place after a customer reported a piece of plastic found in the product, and it was discovered days later at the Alabama Bluebell production plant that the pieces of a broken tool were insensibly distributed throughout many of the plant's products. If you have purchased this flavor in the past 2 months, it can be returned for a full refund. I'm pretty sure just about everyone knows this, but Prosper High School holds over 4,000 students with only 2 doorways to get to the portables.
That's right, and this can make it a little difficult to get to class on time. Kashada Kama has more.
7-minute passing periods are the standard for going class to class, but sometimes it doesn't seem like enough when you're going from the outside of the school all the way to the other side. How can we improve this to make sure you can get to class on time?
Class numbers in the 3000s are located across the school next to the MPF, where students have to walk throughout the day and try not to rush to class to make sure they're not late. However, teachers have figured out a solution.
Well, to leave the portables, we kind of have a plan figured out. So we all let the kids out 2 minutes early so that they get a head start and they can kind of beat the traffic. And then they can get into the building. So hopefully once they're in the building, they can get to their class on time. Getting out here is a little bit different story, but we do allow them that 2-minute window before we start counting tardies.
As the season changes and the cold front comes in, there will be extended time as it will cause some issues getting to the portables.
I think rain will definitely cause some extra minutes needed to be added because it's a trek and it's scary out there when it's raining.
I think the weather would cause more tardies because not a lot of people like to walk in the rain. It would just take longer to get there.
As the portables are here, and even though they are across the school, They're here to help you with your overpopulated classes to make sure you get a proper experience in classes.
Probably for this year, but by next year, when a bunch of kids leave for Rock Hill, I think it should be okay.
Next time you're coming back into the school from the learning colleges, be sure to race to class so you're not tardy. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Kashida Kama. Prosper.
When we return, Maggie Hale is in studio with your Game Time Sports Update.
October 15th to 18th are homecoming dress-up days. On that week, Monday is a no-school day, Tuesday is tacky tourist, Wednesday is twin day, Thursday is pajama day, and Friday is spirit day. Make sure that you don't forget these homecoming dress-up days.
Now we kick it to Maggie Hale with your Game Time Sports Update.
Last night, the Prosper swim and dive team competed in their very first meet of the season. Congratulations to them as they are off to an incredible start with great performances from Heather Pappas and Saxon Boring. Also with a great performance last night was the Washington Nationals. The LA Dodgers started off hot with 3 runs going into the third. The game got quiet until the 6th inning with Washington put up their first run of the night. Both teams ended the 9th inning tied up at 3. Howie Kendrick hit a go-ahead grand slam to center field in the 10th inning, upping the score 7-3. Doolittle came in to close for Washington and had a shutout inning that secured the win. The Wild Card Nationals punched in their ticket to head to the NCLS for the first time since the franchise moved to Washington. The Dodgers, on the other hand, will go another season without a World Series title since 1988. If you want to hear more sports like this, be sure to tune in every day for your Sports of the Week. Back to you guys at the desk.
Now we send it over to Lauren Womack with today's Fast Forecast.
Thank you, Jordan. It is currently 77 degrees outside with a real feel temperature of 81. It is also partly cloudy outside with a breeze of 14 miles per hour. The high today will be 89, so the cooler temperatures we saw at the beginning of the week were short-lived. Moving on to tomorrow, there is some rain in the forecast, so make sure you keep an eye on that if you're planning on going to the Prosper versus Jesuit game at Jesuit. The weekend will get a little bit cooler, so it won't be too hot if you're heading over to the State Fair. With your Fast Forecast, I'm Lauren Womack. Now let's take a look at the meeting schedule for the week.
That's all the time we have for you today. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Madison Wells.
And I'm Jordan Ramsey. Live long and prosper.